Hey everybody, it's Christina of Crafty Paws. I wanted to share with you guys a shaker card slash kind of tag that I worked on. This is my project for Shiela McNabb. She's a wonderful or challenged people to make something that they've never done before or rarely have done before. So I wanted to take that to use Shrinky Dinks to make the actual shaker pieces. So the first thing I did was decided which diamond dies I wanted to use for the project. The first is this large, see how big that is? It's the size of my hand, large mason jar die. And this isn't a new release, but it's new to me. I'm currently a guest design team member for Diemond Dies, and if you'd like to make a purchase, please consider using my coupon code Thanks Christina with a K, and you'll get 10% off your entire purchase, including sale items, and free shipping on orders over $35. So I use this die for the base, and then this die to make the little shakers. So let me tell you or describe to you the steps that I took. The first thing I did was cut out of this mason jar a piece of chipboard, and then I lined it up with just some pale paper. This is from, I think, like a Neapolitan stack, I think. And I got 3 cutouts out of a 12 by 12 sheet. I did this side, and I'm covering this up because I wanted the inside to be kind of cute and particularly for Shiela. So I used this Whimsy stamp set and picked out this little beaver because I thought he was so cute. This was one of the first purchases that I made actually at Hot Rod's Boutique. That's Brittany's store. I don't know if she still has this. It was a long time ago, but this is the first chance I've had to use this. And I picked this little beaver because that's one of the national animals for Canada, I believe. So I colored him up using my Copic markers. Isn't he cute? I will list all the Copic marker colors that I used in my blog, which I will link to below. And I colored him up. I tried to make him look furry. And then you'll notice that his tail goes sideways here, and he wouldn't fit properly in the mason jar when I put the top cover on. So I fussy cut him out, and then I moved the tail upright a little bit, which I actually like better than how it is in the stamp. And then just to make his teeth whiter, because the black background paper that I stamped on was kind of this craft color, I used my white Jelly Roll pen to give him a bright white smile. I think that came out cute. And then I used one of the sentiments that says, "You're truly special." I love puns. And then I cut the mason jar out one more time. And then, let me see how best to show you guys. I got one of these, just, you know, like it's the plastic cover off of some, I think these were embellishments, or it could have been a makeup case, I don't know. But I saved these things because I think I can reuse them. And in this case, I was right. I am going to use this as the cover. So what I did was I just inked around this edge, inside edge, and then I kind of put that on the back here so that I could get an outline of where I wanted to have the cutout. And then I just took my X-Acto knife and ruler and cut out the slot so that this piece would fit over perfectly. And for the top lid, I took my silver leaf rub and buff, put that on, and then over top of that, it's still kind of a semi-wet glossy accents so that it would have a nice shine. So I'm using this Shrinky Dinks paper that you can put through your inkjet printer. I got this at Michael's when they were having an extra half off of clearance. And so these 6 sheets of 8.5 by 11 was actually just $2. So I picked up the 2 sets that they had there on clearance. And what I did was I just found like a blue-green pattern color and printed that off on one of these sheets. And then use these Diemond Dies, this Diemond Dies Dragonfly die, and cut out these dragonflies out of the paper. And just so you know, I also colored the back using a few Copic markers. I wanted to try both printed and the Copic markers. And in experimenting, I also found that if you color the edges, because this paper is not clear, it's white, I found that I didn't like the look of the dragonflies if the edges were not also colored. Let me see if I can get you in a little closer there. So see how white that is? But there is some color there because I took the extra step of coloring the edges. And because I kind of like this mottled look, it looks more natural to me. I'm not worried about, you know, super details or if I am, you know, leaving marks in places other than on the edge when I'm doing this. I just don't like the super white edge. So as long as I get that covered up, and the Copic markers that I use to get this kind of blue-green color were the light ones because, you know, Shrinky Dinks, you need to have a light color because as it shrinks, the colors intensify. So I used B00, B02, that's this one, the one that I have open, and then BG10. And on my cooking sheet, actually, I have a double layer of, you know, they sell different varieties of this. Silpat, this is like a Costco brand. It came 4 to a package, and I've put 2 layers down so that it doesn't harm my desk. And I'm using my heat gun and a tweezer. So I'm sorry for the noise, but I want to show you this process because I don't want you to freak out if it starts curling up, because I did when I first saw that happening. So it's really a fast process, as you can see. It's curling up really fast, but don't worry, it will flatten itself back out as it gets to the smaller size. Sorry, when the wings get stuck like that. But you should know that Shrinky Dinks has some playtime after it's been heated. So I can just take my little fingers in there between the wings and then flatten. So voila, those are my Shrinky Dink dragonflies that I'm going to use as the shakers in a shaker card. So for the assembly, I'm going to use E6000. Now I know some people are afraid of E6000 because it's proven to have cancer-causing agents, but I just make sure that I either wear gloves, which I'm not doing now for the sake of this video, or that I quickly wash my hands. But I wanted to make sure that it was absolutely secure, and gluing with plastic is always a little tricky. So I am using E6000 to go all around the edge. And then I'm going to put the lid back on so it doesn't gloop up everywhere. And then take this top piece and put it over top. And then inside, I am going to slide all of these little dragonflies, and then I also added some kind of iridescent sequins just to add a little extra interest. And then, oops, I think I'm going to have to let that dry a little bit and come back for the final assembly, but basically, so this is my finished shaker card. I think it came out super, super cute. I love the idea of this whole jar being a shaker, and I think that the shakers being made out of those little dragonflies shrunk down from Shrinky Dinks is super cute, really special, and I hope Sheila likes it. And if you guys get a chance, please go check out Diemond Dies. This is a really cute die, and obviously there are lots of other applications for this too. I just thought I'd try something new and different, and this was super, super fun. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.